Hello and welcome to episode 33 of our Conversation to Connect. Let's get real talk by Exceptional Connections. I'm CyndiONeill-Dady, the founder and chief connector of Exceptional Connections since 2009. At Exceptional Connections, we offer intentional and innovative solutions to boost your business. And each week, we nominate a different member of our community to have a conversation with. So be sure to make yourself comfortable with a cup of tea or a beverage of your choice and be, taking notes, make yourself comfortable. And we'll be pausing around the 45-minute mark. So you'll be able to ask questions, share your epiphanies, your ahas, and enter into our thought-provoking conversation. So the inspiration for our bi-weekly Conversations to Connect, Let's Get Real Talks, is to create purposeful conversations. So we desire to be relevant during these challenging and uncertain times and to support our community to make an impact in the world and stay connected. And especially today with our talk with Julie, it's a really great conversation because we're all coming from doing Zoom calls and, what do they say, Julie, being, fancy on the top and, sweats on the bottom, right? And so we're going to get some insights from Julie on how to make that transition to live events again. And so as we get started here, I invite you to set distractions aside and invest your attention to the conversation that's about to unfold. So I want to encourage you to look for just one idea, one takeaway that you can put into action so you don't cheat yourself from the time that you've invested here. So our Conversation to Connect this week is with Julie Udell from Vancouver, Washington. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So glad you are. So, a lot of us, we struggle with what to wear to social gatherings or business events. And, sometimes we don't feel comfortable what we're wearing and we're uninspired. I know that's something you're passionate about. So if you're here and you feel, either of those resonate with you, you're in the right place. So Julie's going to be talking to us today about brand style breakthrough, how to elevate your look to feel comfortable, confident, and styled. So just want to give you a little background on Julie before we jump in here. So Julie is a wardrobe style strategist that can help you change your life by transforming your look. She helps women feel comfortable with themselves by showing them how to build a wardrobe that will make them smile when they see their reflection. Julie has been an insider in the fashion industry for over 25 years and is thrilled when she gets to help others boost their confidence and with the things that she's learned in her career. So it's a pleasure to have her assist women in discovering their unique brand of vision of fashion that is best suited to their lifestyle. And she doesn't pressure anybody. It's all about feeling good and the fashion trends, and her goal is to get you to shine in clothes that you love. So Julie, before we jump in with our talk, give us a little background because you have such a rich, history with retail and supporting your clients. And I'm sure you've learned a lot during that journey, but share a little bit with us about your background before we get going.
Sure. So I started out with a tiny little company called Chico's. It was Chico's folk art specialty on the island of Sanibel Captiva, Florida. The owners actually hired me, and I had been moved down there and was working in the restaurant industry after college, not sure what I wanted to do. And I was offered this job and I took it on really inspired on an inspirational note. I took it. And I started out as a sales associate, and we had no mirrors in the fitting rooms, but it was very high touch, high customer service. And I had to learn, I had to pull the client out of the fitting room in front of the mirrors, and then I had to dress them from there. So I learned how to build outfits, and I learned how to ask questions. Like, what do you like? Where do you go? What are you looking for? And just find out, using open-ended questions, finding out what they needed and what they were looking for. And 9 times out of 10, we built wardrobes around them. And then we had clients coming back to continue. And when new things came in, I would be able to call them and say, this goes great with your jacket that you bought, and different things like that. I also learned about different body types and how to dress different body types. Chico's was designer owned and designer led. The owner's wife was our fit model. So I knew how things fit. And I would, when different items came in, we would try it on and I would say, this is for, that body type, the circle body type. This is, this is going to look great on her. Somebody with the tiny legs, this is going to look great on a triangle or an hourglass body type. So I learned the different styles of body types. And I also learned which colors best complemented someone's skin tone, hair, and eyes. So that's where I started. And I actually grew up in retail. I was relocated several times with jobs. And I stayed with companies that were designer led for the most part. So I always had strong interaction with the designers and the buyers. We would often preview things and get, we would give our feedback before they made the buy. What do you think is going to sell? I tested product before it sold. So I have that understanding of not just the clothing, but what goes into the design and the thought process of why is she going to get this? What is the color stories for this season? And why is this going to be, the hot item and the hot ticket? I also understand the flow of product and the seasonal cadence of product. I know when to shop and, when not to shop. So my experience has really helped me with helping my clients now as a stylist, because I have that knowledge of what brands are going to fit them best based on the designers. Different body types work better with different designers. So I have that as well.
This is exciting because we're going to get all kinds of insider, information, when to shop, when to not shop, and stuff like that. That's beautiful. And also, it sounds like you were just very passionate about offering exceptional customer service to your clients.
Yeah, as I grew up in retail, that was something that I was always passionate about. So I moved into multi-level store management on the district and region end. So I had, hundreds of stores, thousands of employees that I was responsible for. And I really believe in the internal customer service. People first. You make your internal customer happy, your external customer will be happy. But we measured our service levels. And for me, it was always about putting the customer first. Yes. And serving their needs and doing what's right for them. It's not that the customer's always right, but it's you have to do what's right for them.
Yes. You're being an advocate for them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And also, bringing your expertise. So that's beautiful. So take us into like a little bit more about your philosophy. How did you, kind of come to a place where you became passionate about helping women look their best? What is the philosophy behind the experience that you've been able to accumulate over the years?
Sure. Well, there's a quote by Diane von Furstenberg that I love, and it's, when we feel good about our appearance, we view the world through an empowered lens. So I just really believe that everybody has style. You just have to find it. And it's and that's where I come in. I can help people find their style and discover their style if you understand the cuts and colors that work best for you. And then if you're true to your style personality, you're going to feel more comfortable, because really it's all about confidence. I say confidence wears more than anything else. And if someone's confident, you see the person in the clothes. You don't see the clothes. It's like seeing that. There's also that quote about, seeing the dress or seeing the woman in the dress. And I want people to see the woman in the dress. And I think that everybody, doesn't matter what age you are, what weight you are, everybody deserves to look and feel good. And that's my philosophy. And I'm all about empowering people. And, I think it's an inside out job. I think you have to, project on the outside how you feel on the inside. Sometimes I think you have to fake it till you make it, like if you don't really feel that confident, but you are dressing for your body type, you're dressing for the right colors, you're dressing to how you want to project yourself to the world, it'll happen. It's that fake it till you make it kind of mentality that like, I feel better about myself today, because I took the time to take care of myself and to project to the world how I feel and what I want people to think when they see me. So, that's my philosophy. And that's why when I left retail, that's why I got into styling. I really am a coach. I love developing people. And I feel as, I still get to coach and help develop people and develop their wardrobes and really grow. I think it's a part of that process.
Well, it's so beautiful because I think coming from a place of passion and making a difference in people's lives, there's a distinction between that and selling. When people, like go home with things that they later, "Oh, I don't like this. Why did I get this?" But if you're coming from a place of wanting to be a contribution to people and wanting to support them, like you say, and in shining themselves and having the clothing be just, that supports that, right? That supports who you want to be. I think it's beautiful. Got a quick story to share with you. It's kind of when I'm getting ready for an event, whether I'm speaking or hosting an event, sometimes I'll ask my husband, which I don't know why I ask my husband, but we do that. How do I look? And what's interesting is one time he responded, he usually it's, "Oh, you look really good. You look nice. You look whatever." But one time he said, "How do you feel?" And I thought, you know what? That was really insightful for a guy. Because it's really, sure, it's how you look, but if you feel good, if you feel confident, that could transform what you're wearing too, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So he got a point that day,
Yeah.
Thumbs up, husband.
Yeah.
So I know you have three big challenges that you share. And so we'll jump into that. But before we do, I wanted to ask, how does one or ask this in conjunction to the how you're going to roll out the three challenges. How does one go about discovering their unique style?
That's one of the challenges, is discovering your style. That's like
Yeah.
that's the first challenge is. So what I do with people is I help them discover their style personality. And I call it your style personality or your style aesthetic, especially if you have a brand that you represent. There is that aesthetic that goes with your brand, and you want to represent your brand and show up right, because that you want others, not only do you have confidence in yourself, but you want others to have confidence in you. So what I do is I ask you to describe your style in 3 words, and to use those 3 words as your guide. That's your filter when you're shopping. So, I mean, I was with a client on Monday and she said, "Yeah, that's edgy. And that's not me. That's your style. That's, because we were looking, I said, "This is kind of cool. Not for you." And she goes, "Nope, because that's not in my style wheelhouse." And she was staying really true to her style as we were shopping. So my style is natural, edgy, and sophisticated. And that doesn't really change. I don't like to spend a lot of time on my hair. I like to look pretty natural, but I love an edge. So I love jewelry, and jewelry that has like a little bit bolder or a different design than you would normally get. I usually buy my jewelry from jewelry designers, and or I like a different bias cut or a little piece of different fabrication that might just give it a little edge to what I'm wearing. And then I like to look sophisticated, which means it's not putting on airs or anything like that. It's just more about looking put together. So I describe my style as natural, edgy, or with an edge, and sophisticated, because I think you can look sophisticated in a t-shirt and jeans. It's just how you style it. 2 people can be wearing the same outfit and look different based on how they're styling it. So that's the first thing I do. And I think that's the most important, because then you stay true to it. You know, if your style is feminine, you're probably not going to go and buy a masculine cut suit. And if you do, you'll never wear it because it's just not feminine. It doesn't fit your style personality. So you use that as a filter with your style personality when you're shopping. Then you need to understand your body type and the colors that best complement your skin, hair, and eyes. Those are simple things that I can teach.
Yes, that's beautiful. It reminds me of, in some of the magazines, when you're at the grocery store, just leafing through them, they talk about who wore it best, right?
Yeah.
It could be a very similar outfit, but usually they have different body types, right?
Mhm.
And so one person tends to look better in that garment than the other. And it's not like how famous they are or whatever. It's just, it's their body type,
Yeah.
how their body type shows off that outfit. So that, I don't know, that reminds me of that.
Well, yeah. And if somebody says, I really like that new look, like say vests are really big right now. I really like the vest, but that they're overpowering for me. They don't look good on me. Maybe you're more hourglass and the vest is just, not accentuating your positives, because the waist is getting lost and it just looks like a big piece of fabric on you. You can still get that look. You just get a different cut in a vest. Maybe you go
Right.
with a short vest or a vest that darts in at the waist or is belted, like a wrap vest or something. So you can get those looks, those trends that are in style based on your body type. You just have to adjust it. Maybe it's the skirt cut. You get a A-line skirt as opposed to a pencil skirt or vice versa, just based
Right.
on your body type.
That's a really good point because we could still take advantage of the trends. We just have to adjust it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it does make a big difference on how it's going to look on you. The length of things, and the cuts of things. This makes a very big difference.
Well, I really like what your philosophy of having people choose like 3 adjectives to describe who you are, because it really helps to know, get that clarity, take that
Mhm.
pause and get that clarity on what are priorities for you, and how you want to show up. And you help me with that. You help me find my 3 words.
Share your 3 words with us.
So my style is sophisticated, approachable, and authentic. And at first, I was really kind of, the word sophisticated was a little uncomfortable for me to pick that because I don't want to be stuffy. But I love the way you said, for you, it helps you feel put together. And that's exactly why I picked that word. Again, it's, even though you have a word, there might be different nuances to a word, but you want to just be dialing into, the clarity that it gives you, right?
Mhm.
Um, and it's fun to, I think it's a really great exercise.
Yeah. Yeah. There's 2 words that I do not let people use. And it's really funny because oftentimes I'll say, okay, describe your style. And they will use one or both of those words. And
Mhm.
that's comfortable and casual. So I don't let people use comfortable because that's how you want to feel in your clothes. And because style is how you want to feel expressed by the clothes you want to wear, and so I take that away because I say you should feel comfortable in whatever you're wearing, be it you're wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt or a ball gown. You should feel comfortable in your clothes. So it's not a style. Because if somebody says, "Oh, her style is comfortable," I just think she probably wears sweatpants a lot and sweatshirts, very, very, that very, very laid back kind of look. And the other one is casual, because casual is a level of formality. It's not a style. So if you're going to a casual get together, you're going to dress more casually, but not everybody's wearing the same thing. Everyone's style comes through in their casual. Some people might wear a dress. Some people might wear, tennis shoes. Some people might wear sandals. Some people might be wearing shorts. Some people might be wearing pants. So it's the formality as opposed to the style. So those 2 things I always say, don't describe yourself that way. I do let people say my style's relaxed or my style's laid back or something like that, but not, because then they might feel over the top if they're wearing something too structured or too in a certain realm. It's not a laid back look, so that's not going to come across for them.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm thinking, well, I love that distinction, and that's so true, because you can feel comfortable and casual while being, natural, edgy, sophisticated.
Yeah.
You still have that as an added bonus. But I'm thinking of COVID. We all were more comfortable and casual, most of the time, except we're on Zoom calls, and then we up our game here in the waist up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love that. Casual is a level of formality. I think that's really a great distinction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does make a big difference.
So share with us how to build a wardrobe that we love. And I love that you say this last caveat part is very intriguing, with clothes that you own, right?
Yes.
So we could really do a lot with the things we already have in our closet and not need to necessarily go spend money. We could, but we could always, enhance what we have. But I think that's a great starting place.
Well, it is. And so you have to get in and you have to edit out that closet. And this is what I call optimize and organize, because you're going to get in there, clean out those things that aren't working. Once you understand the cuts that work best for you, the colors that work best for you, and you have your 3 words as your guide to help you, it's easy to say, oh, I can see why I'm not keeping this. It's the wrong cut for me. It's the wrong color for me. It's not, natural, edgy, or sophisticated. It's way too masculine for me, or way too this for me. So it's easier to edit that out. People have 3 obstacles that keep them from cleaning out their closet. And I'll just quickly, run those down. But I spent a lot of money on it, or I got it on sale. It was a really great deal. It has sentimental value. Someone gave it to me. I wore it on my first date. I had a client that had something in her closet that she wore on her first date with her husband. They've been married over 20 years. So it was pretty dated. And then the other one is that I'm going to wait till I fit into it. I'm waiting to lose that 10, 20, 30 pounds, or I need to get into shape. And it could be something that's been in there for a very long time, and it's reminiscent of a time when. And so I just challenge you to, if you really can't let it go, take it out of the closet. When you do reach that goal, try it back on. Chances are it's not going to be the right fit anymore anyhow, just because everything changes with time, in as far as like the rises and the cuts and all those things. And if it does fit, great, but it's not motivating you having it in your closet. It's just causing clutter and creating you and not letting you see what you actually can wear today. So I say wear it now, have only what you wear now in there, and take that from when I to so I. So like, instead of, when I lose weight, I'll have that, to I'm going to take this out of the closet right now so I can wear what I have, so I can spend less time getting ready in the morning, so I have more time with my family. So whatever it is, but just take that out. And then if it's sentimental, take it to another place in the house, put it in a box under the bed, store it somewhere else. The outfit from her first date went upstairs with the Halloween costumes. And I said, maybe you're going to go to an 80s party one day and you'll wear it then. So, but get it out or repurpose it. My mom gave me a t-shirt with embroidered bees and dragonflies, which I love, but I wouldn't wear an embroidered t-shirt. It's not my style. So I just repurposed it into a little pillow. And I still have my mom, that sentimental, my mom's with me, but I'm not wearing it in a shirt. And plus I get more use out of it. It's going to last me a lot longer. So repurpose it.
Oh,
And
it's beautiful.
Yeah. And then if you spent money on it and you're not wearing it, you're not getting your ROI. You know, it's a zero-sum game. It's not working. So, you know, consign it or give it to somebody else, but get it out of your closet. And if you got it on sale and you're not wearing it, you didn't save money, you spent money. So that helps the next time you see something on sale and you think you're going to buy it because it's just a good deal. Well, if it's not filling your filters, don't buy it. It's still not going to be, you know, something that's going to serve you. So you get that stuff out of there that serves you, and then you can see what you have left and you can start building that wardrobe. And you also might see key items that are missing so that you can fill those little key items, because basically your items should be your basics, should make up about 80% of your wardrobe. And then your trends or your pops or your accent pieces or those branded items, they're like 20% of your closet. So you should be able to wear your basics 3 different ways. And you can build off that wardrobe. So I call it the power of 3, because if I take 3 bottoms, 3 tops, and 3 layering pieces, I can create over 30 outfits. So you can have a capsule wardrobe, you can have a travel wardrobe, or you can have a, you know, just your own wardrobe. And it can be 30 pieces, it could be 300 pieces. As long as you're wearing all those, wearing it all, that's what counts. So it's a easy formula to develop once you get that, but it's wearing those items 3 different ways.
Right.
And
Well, I love the way you take us through the process, because I think that's where I know that's where I get stuck. I have to just get in there, pull everything out, sort it. You know, there's things that sometimes I hesitate to pull out of my closet because I don't want to lose sight of them. Like
yeah,
I don't want to put them in a box and they'll be like disappear. But you know, I think to triage them in a place where you can revisit it later, but they're not in the closet, taking up room. And then I really appreciate the, you know, the 80-20 rule here coming into play, where you have your basics, right? And then you can be able to go and pick out the right accessories to really add that extra style element, like the edgy piece for you, right?
yeah. Well, and think of accessories like spices. So a spice enhances the flavor. The accessory is what's going to enhance the outfit, or it's going to, you know, it's going to accentuate the outfit. So, and everybody is different with accessories. I have clients that don't like a lot of jewelry. But they like scarves. So, you know, we might play with a scarf, or they like a pop of color. So that's going to be what's going to accentuate their outfit. So I think that's where you get the, you know, not one person wearing the same can wear this, or 2 people can wear the same outfit, but look completely different based on how they accessorize it and how they accent it.
Yes.
Their shoes can be different. Their jewelry can be different. Even how they're styling it. Somebody could do a little small French tuck, that front tuck. Some people could wear it belted. So you change that with your own. That's where your personal style comes in.
I love when you say accessories are like spices. That's so beautiful, because it gives you a wonderful visual that it just kind of takes it to the next level, right?
It does. Yeah. The spices take your food to the next level, right?
Exactly. And some people like to add a lot of spice and some people not so much. And, you know, so we all have viva la différence, right?
It's all taste. Yeah. It's all your
taste.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a fun analogy. I love that. So we've talked about knowing your style, right? Knowing what your style is and discovering it, you know, what works best for you. You've given us the 3 adjectives to best describe our style so we can be clear about it, and how to create a wardrobe that works best for you with the power of 3. Tell me just a little bit more. So the mix and match of the power of 3, that's like you say, it's not only good for traveling, but it just, you know, it's like you have your basics, like your black in the bottom, right? And then you can add your accessory and then your bottom. So is that what you're talking about when you're talking about power of 3?
Yes. Yes. So I actually did a week's worth of Facebook Lives wearing the same sweater every day but how I wore it differently, and nobody knew I had the same sweater on. So it's taking those pieces. So those 3 outerwear pieces can be, so say it's a jean jacket, it's a chambray shirt, and say it's a blazer. And then you might have your layering piece or the top piece would be like a tank top, maybe a t-shirt, and then a button-up blouse. And then your bottoms could be a skirt, pair of pants, and maybe jeans. You can take those different pieces and, create an outfit, and then just switch the jackets and see what happens. Then switch the shirts and maybe take away the layering piece and see, or that chambray shirt could be worn as just a shirt tucked in to the pants, or it could be worn over like a jacket tied at the waist with a skirt and the tank top. So it's just understanding that if you can take one of those pieces and how can I wear this 3 different ways? That's where that power of 3 comes in. So if you it's almost like, remember paper dolls? Like you just like line up the little outfits and then just mix and match the pieces.
Right.
And you really do I can create over 30. And that's something that I learned and I developed when I was at Chico's, and I went around the country and did trunk shows teaching all the stores how to create, 30 outfits out of 9 pieces. And then it's the accessories that really give the change.
Right. Let's spice it up, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
So it occurs to me that in doing that, it's important to do that ahead of time proactively, so that when you're, in the moment, you're getting ready to go for an event, you're not going to be wanting to do that, right? You're going to want to know, okay, what version of this do I want to use?
Right.
So that's one thing I've never really taken the time. I usually have an outfit and then another outfit and another outfit. But to be able to really think through the different mix and match options is, I think, really fun and beautiful, because you already have that top of mind of the different versions that you want, right?
Right. Well, and that's one of the things I do as a stylist is I leave you with a lookbook. So then you don't even have to like, how do I mix and, I mean, some people will pick it up and run with it, and other people struggle still because it's just not in their wheelhouse. So then they can just go, what was that outfit? Find it, pull it, and they have it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So is a lookbook, do you actually take pictures of the different outfits?
Yes.
Is that what, okay.
Yeah.
And then break down what was included.
Yes. And then with little instructions, add this with your shoes. And, usually I love to show it, the whole look with the shoe, with the accessory, with the pieces. So they have it all.
Nice. That's a great idea. Okay. You're giving me inspiration to go through my closet. And I try to do it every year, but I think it's well overdue now.
I should do it twice a year minimum.
Twice a year. Oh,
yeah. You want your spring, summer, right? And your fall, winter.
Okay.
And I personally will do then this is a retail cadence. So I'll do like the spring capsule, and then I go full on spring, summer, and then, the fall capsule, and then the full on fall, winter. And I flip my closets because I live in a tiny bungalow. So my stuff goes to a front bedroom closet, and then I have the wear now in my bedroom closet. But like with, big walk-in closets, it just, the winter goes to the back and we pull the summer up and then we flip it again. And then if you find that I don't know if I wore this last season, I don't know but I don't want to get rid of it, turn it backwards. Like hang everything one direction, turn it the opposite direction, and then put a little date on it. If you haven't worn it for a month, you're probably not going to wear it this season. Time to let it go. Mm-hmm. Little tricks like that.
Yeah, no, I love that. And the idea of rotate, not just clean your closet because you need to do it, but do it because it's seasonal inspiration. That way you have things that are seasonal, more accessible, right? Yes. The other things aren't cluttering it.
And you're wearing your clothes season after season, but it's staying fresh to you because you're wearing it for the season. And then it helps you to identify maybe 1 or 2 pieces that you want to add for this season. Because we all get bored and we all like new things, but you don't have to go shopping and spend a ton of money on stuff that you're not going to wear. So in the long run, it really saves you money because you can refresh things that you love with just 1 piece, get that spice for the season.
Right.
So.
In going through your closet also, I find that it's like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yes.
So you're reviving things that have been there, but have been just, you've forgotten about them.
Yep. So often I do someone's, we pull out the closet, we start creating wardrobes and they're like, I never would have worn that. I never would have done this. And it's like, they just went shopping and got a whole new wardrobe and they didn't spend any money. So
that's right. That's a great inspiration for that.
Mm-hmm.
So Julie, bring us home here. So the last big challenge is how to style for the spotlight.
Yes. And that really came about. And I know Amanda Goff's on here too. And we did a whole little thing called All Zoomed Up because everybody was here in this little box, and not people were not showing up their best selves like they would if they were going to work. So styling for the spotlight, I found, was an opportunity for us to, and now as things are opening up and we're getting back out in the world again, it's even that much more critical. So how do you show up on Zoom? How do you show up on camera? And, how do you build a repertoire of outfits to show up looking great on camera in your style, expressing yourself, and yet looking great. So, there's the basics of having the right lighting, having the right background, having all that stuff, but then creating, 2 to 3 go-to outfits when, say, you have to have that conference call, with some coworkers or some clients and things like that. You want to show up looking your best on camera because it's that empowered lens again, when and what people perceive of you and how you're coming across as your brand. So you want to show up on camera. And then if you're doing a webinar or you're doing a special thing on camera, taking it up even another notch, leveling it up, maybe wearing 2 separates, maybe a jacket, maybe you're wearing a dress. And now we're starting to go out and, and network again. So a lot of those networking events that I used to go to, I'm starting to go back to them. I'm meeting people in person instead of just a Zoom networking, because I know I do a lot of networking and I know we're entrepreneurs. And so when we're starting to meet people in person, how are you showing up in person? Because it's not just the waist up anymore. So what are you wearing on the bottom and how are you going to show up in that? And then when you're on the stage. So say you are giving a presentation, say, we were in a room and I'm standing on the stage, how am I going to show up that much more elevated? Because now it's really top, to the bottom, and you want to be true to your brand. So that style personality comes in really strong and you want to impress. You want to dress to impress while feeling comfortable, confident, and styled. So those 3 arenas are really important for us to ensure that we're showing up as our best selves. And so I work with my clients and I have that, those are the things I address with, showing up on the spot in the spotlight, be it on camera, in person, on stage, or even you're giving the toast at your best friend's wedding. You want to look good.
Right. Well, and it just, it underlines to me, I mean, I'm just soaking all this in here and going to use your words of wisdom and pearls of wisdom and gems to motivate me to get into my closet. This is a perfect time to do that. For those of us, we've all been, COVID time, we've all not had the opportunity to get together face to face or attend live meetings, as you mentioned. And so if there's ever a time to go through our closets, it's right now, right?
Yeah.
And then go out there and get those pieces that will really spice up our our outfits and be able to represent ourselves the way we want to. So wonderful advice and reminders. I call them reminders and reinforcers, right?
Yeah.
So there's some things that we know and you're reminding us of, and to be able to put into action. And then there's also things that we hadn't learned before. And so I just love the analogy of accessories being like spices, and to be able to create the mix and match and create lookbooks for ourselves, or hire somebody like you, because that's helpful too. I always like to go shopping with a friend, because then I can say, what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
How does it look to you? And also break my ties, or have a trusted stylist there's a gal at Chico's that I like too. I like to shop at Chico's, and I feel like I can trust her opinion. She's not trying to just sell me something.
No, because if she does that, you're not going to go back. And the idea is to build loyalty and have you coming back, every season. And the thing about shopping with a stylist is we do save you money, because we're very intentional, and our list is prioritized by what you actually have to get. And I stick to the list because I want to, those are the things we need to get. And then, I do like high priority, medium, and low, so maybe you want to get a red leather jacket, but it's not high priority right now. And if we find one, so you will save time too when you're shopping with a stylist, because it's like, we've done our research ahead of time. We know we know what we're getting for you. And we just want to make sure it's the right cut and the right feel on your body. So when we're shopping together, be it online or in person.
Well, that is actually a beautiful segue, Julie. So share with our listeners how they can connect with you, follow up. And we also have 3 offers. So after you share with us the best way to connect with you, let's go into your offers.
Sure. So you can go to my website, which is stylingwithjulie.com. You can follow me on Instagram, and then this is part of the offer too, or my Facebook page. And then I have a public Facebook group that you can join as well. And that is in the offer. But, you can go to my website, check me out, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and join my community.
So your Instagram and Facebook is Transform with Style.
Yes, it is.
That's how they would find you. Okay. And also your offers. So I'm going to pop them into the chat box here. But go ahead and outline your 3 offers that you're making available to our community.
Sure. So if anybody wants to have a discussion with me, I have a 30-minute complimentary brand style review where we can talk about your style and discuss your styling needs, maybe some obstacles that are in your way, and determine if there's something I can do to help you further. But I just encourage everybody to sign up for the brand style review and have a 30-minute chat with me. You can join my Facebook group, Transform with Style Society, and I go live on there weekly, and then I answer your questions. You can post pictures, you can ask me questions. So just a great community to share. And I often get great ideas from my community, and or challenges like, oh, I didn't think of that. That's a good one to address. So that helps me to help you. And then I also have a Styling for the Spotlight freebie that shows you how to dress for not just your body type, but how to dress for your neckline. Because when we're in this little box, depending on the length of our neck and then the cuts of the shirts and the colors, we can show up really strong, or we can show up not so good. So that's a cute little gift that I created for you.
Well, thank you for your generous offers. So I want to encourage those who are on the call today or who are listening to the replay. You can go to Transform with Style, Julie's Facebook or Instagram. These offers are available through the end of July, these 3 offers, right, Julie?
Yes.
But anybody could join your Facebook community at any time. And Julie does have a download for a styling on the spotlight PDF, which I already downloaded. I was a good little student. I joined her Facebook page, and we're going to have our brand style review after this call. So I'm looking forward to it, and I encourage you to take advantage of it as well. So let's go ahead and open the lines. And Amanda, if you can help me with that and unmute those who are on with us live right now. And anything that we've been talking about that you want to ask a question with Julie, we've got an expert on the line here, or you want to share your epiphanies or ahas, this would be a great opportunity.
Well, I just asked Rena to unmute if she'd like. I will jump in ahead of that though. And I really love the fact that Julie, you pointed out that everyone's casual is a little different, and sometimes we have to figure out what is the right casual. If our casual is the right casual for for an event or for something, or is that something different? Because I think style and wardrobe is all it's really in the eye of the beholder. My son is getting married in August, and they had to be really specific on their wedding reception invitation because they wanted to make sure that they put semi-formal because they figured at least people, if they saw semi-formal, would sort of dress up.
Yeah.
Because they were not sure if people would show up, in flip-flops and ripped jeans.
Mm-hmm.
And the Northwest is kind of notorious for being a little bit more laid back for our
That's
style
what I was
definition.
gonna say. In the Northwest, semi-formal means cutoffs and flip-flops, right?
It can, right?
It can, I know.
So I love that, though.
Right?
Yeah. Right. So I love that because I do think it is very, very much the same, or very much that is you have to define it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I think that, and everyone's casual. I had a friend's mom who said to me, my best friend's mom said to me once, you can never be too dressed up. Like, so if you go to an event and you're dressed up more than everyone else, don't be embarrassed. I don't necessarily think that's always true. I think you can be pretty dressed up and everybody else is like very, very casual, but I'd rather be a little overdressed than underdressed. So that's what I took away from her years ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Julie, this is Raina. I have a question. Yeah. I was I'm curious, do you not have a lot of colored tops then in your closet? If we're following the 3x3, then do you wear more? Yeah, like I'm curious to know how you incorporate then colorful tops with jackets.
I absolutely have colorful tops, and I even have print tops. So animal print is a neutral, so it goes with everything. So you don't have to worry about animal print being something like you have like an animal print little thing. That's animal print's like a neutral. But I do have a lot of black. I love black. I love gray, and so I have a lot of solids, but I have color. I mean, Amanda knows me. I have red shirts. I love red, and I seasonally change color for the season too. So I wear a little bit more of the blues in the spring and the summertime. I like reds for right now. I go a little deeper in the cranberries in the fall, and the greens and things. But I like print. I don't like a big bold print. I like a smaller print. But those are the pieces that are going to accent for me. And so I could take those 9 pieces and one of those tops could be a print top, because you can wear that a lot of different ways. So I absolutely include color, prints. especially based on someone's personal style. If someone says I'm super feminine, they're probably going to like a lot of floral prints, lacy things, stuff like that.
That's a great question, Rena, because with the mix and match, could that be seasonal? Is that what I'm hearing you say, Julie? Is that you can have for the 4 seasons, 3 different capsule or 4 different capsules?
It can be, and then you can have some basics that transfer throughout, like basic black pants or basic solid pants, can go. I do have some summer, I have lighter weight pants and then, heavier weight pants that I only wear during certain seasons. But I have some pants, especially in the Pacific Northwest, that go throughout, same with jeans, things like that. Like jeans don't, sometimes you might have a summer jean and a heavier winter jean, but for the most part, you can wear your jeans throughout. But it is, for me, it's more about that spring summer wardrobe and that fall winter wardrobe that I move and change. I always pull things out when I do that cleanse too. There's always time to say goodbye. Yeah.
And so it doesn't mean you only have to have 9 things in your wardrobe. It just, that's just taking the time to create capsules for those items so you can grab and go, right?
Yeah.
Just have more things in your wardrobe than
no. And I have a client who buys iconic pieces. She's very high fashion. And so she'll buy like this, a skirt that's like multi-level colors. And what I work with her on is anchoring those pieces. So really her style, one of her style words is iconic. And I help her anchor those pieces. So I help her find like she had that skirt and it had like hot pink, it had yellow, it had blue. It was really cool with black. And we anchored it with a yellow t-shirt and then a short jacket just to anchor it. So everyone's different. So she wouldn't survive very well with like, you have all these basics. She goes for the pop and the wow items. And then I use the basics to anchor those pieces for her.
Oh, beautiful. I hadn't thought about it that way, but you're right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the style that I like, is like, I have black pants and this black when I have something like this. Otherwise it's too busy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that they say that slimming also, having, black underneath as for the shirt and the pants, or shirt and skirt.
Yeah, that is. It creates one long line.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps with that. And then you can put the outer piece, or you could do the outer piece in a solid dark with a solid dark bottom, and then have the color on the inside, because the outer piece would carry the line down too. All depends on your body type and also your style, what's going to work best for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a really fun conversation, and really appreciate your generosity, Julie, and sharing with our Exceptional Connections July community, and then to be able to have this conversation with you and really get, roll up our sleeves and get some more great gems of wisdom here. So in closing, Julie, share with our listeners any parting comments you want to share.
So everyone has style. You just have to find it. I really believe in that. And everyone should feel comfortable, confident, and styled. It just, and there's help out there. Like, I was told that I should not sew my clothes. I should buy my clothes or have them made for me. So some people can, discover their style on their own. And then other people can ask for a little help. Either way, they're both good. So
beautiful. Well, thank you for your generosity and sharing your wisdom with our community. We really appreciate it. And for those of you who are listening, we invite you to join us to our upcoming August 12th Exceptional Connections online event. We're looking to move to live events in September. But our August event, we're going to be celebrating Exceptional Connections' 12th birthday. So come celebrate with us. You can go to exceptionalconnections.com to learn more about our organization or to reserve your seat at our upcoming event. And Julie, do you have any events coming up? I just thought I'd ask if there's something else you're wanting to promote that you're up to.
I do. I think it's sold out. I'm speaking at the Verve in Texas, October 1st.
Oh, fun.
And so if you go to my Facebook page, I have posted some of those events, and on Instagram as well. So then you could go to the, find the event. And if there's still tickets available, there might be still tickets available. It's going to be a really great day. It's a day to rejuvenate yourself.
Oh, fun.
Speakers, and I'm the keynote speaker, so I'm very excited to be there.
Oh, congratulations. That's exciting. And one more thing just occurred before we wrap up here. You and Amanda are working together.
Oh yeah,
We have to talk about that.
We have something called Step Out in Style, and we're working, and it's a package that we created together. We've worked together on a few things, so she's like one of my favorite people. So it's so much, I am so excited when I get to work with her, but it's Step Out in Style. So you get a style session with me. We shop your closet. We create 3 branded looks. And if there's anything missing, I leave you with a shoppable list to fill it out. I'll even send you the links, and here's the items I think you might need or you might want to check out. And then I create a little lookbook for them, so they have those looks, so that when they go to the photo shoot with Amanda, they know exactly what they're taking. And that lookbook gives them, like, take your steamer, hang it, whatever little instructions they need, they have it all there for them, so that when they go to the photo shoot with Amanda, she does light hair and makeup. She has someone do their light hair and makeup. And then she does 3 photos. She takes, they get to have 3 branded photos. So it's fabulous. Amanda, you want to say anything else about that package? It's such
it's just a great opportunity to refine your look. We all have that point in our brand. And I work with a lot of clients that actually are kind of trying to rebrand, trying to get a fresh look, to get more visibility, to get a little bit more noticed in the digital, realm, and to be able to have some fresh pictures to be able to put into your marketing, but also have it to know that you're using your wardrobe, maybe accentuating it with some pieces that Julie says, hey, this would be a great ad, or a keystone piece that's going to really just accent your brand. It's just a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And I think that what a lot of people don't realize is that if you don't have to dress your brand all the time, but when you have that dialed in and you have that mentality, it makes actually getting dressed for business and for your showing up in your brand so much easier, because it's done, and it's almost like your own little uniform, so to speak, for your brand.
So true. Yes,
I love that, and I've embraced that myself, because I love the colors of my brand, and I wear them. I love them so much, I wear them, I should say that. But I didn't know if I should do that for a while, because I thought, gosh, maybe I shouldn't. But, everybody notices that I wear my brand, and it's consistent with who I am. So it's fun when you can get that dialed in.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you ladies, is there a, expiration for your offer? Or is this an ongoing thing you're making available for now? I just want to make sure we don't misrepresent your offer to those who are listening.
It is ongoing for now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so if you're interested in this, I'll go ahead and pop Amanda's information in the YouTube description. Yeah. So you can get a hold of either of these amazing ladies and take advantage of their, are you calling it Step Out with Style special?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, thank you both for joining us. Appreciate both of you and those who are on the call live, as well as those who are listening to the replay. Look forward to our next conversation to connect on the third Wednesday in August. And until then, we hope you make every connection an exceptional connection. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.